we all know what Kola is about.
Yeah.
He is one of the most bombastic, exciting to watch players in Smash Ultimate.
Oh, yes, sir.
Just full stop. Don't even need a qualifier for that.
Not at all.
Arsenic on the other side, hailing from SFL. I believe he lives in the Miami area. A very, very, like, cerebral Joker. He likes to slow roll people, likes to use his projectiles a lot. We already see off the bat, like, catches Kola dashing in, immediate down gun. Now trying to catch him off stage too. Like, Kola's in trouble here,
Yeah,
and we just got started.
No doubt about that. I mean, of course, the age-old saying goes, I mean, Roy, dangerous on stage, off stage, there's a lot to be desired. And, of course, Kola's very well aware that catching the spot dodge in place with the double-edged dance, one of those great multi-hitting attacks, one of the better ones in the game. Frame 5 jab. We're caught in his corner. Bit of a situation reset here.
Yeah, the situation has completely shifted from only a couple of seconds ago. It went from Arsenic looking for either a ledge trap or an edge guard on Kola to Kola just immediately performing an onslaught against him. Now he's completely taken over in terms of both the tempo of the match and the percentages on our screen. Arsenic starting to creep up towards that percent where he'll be losing that stock, but now he's got an opportunity to take it away from Kola. Kola just rising double-edged dance, and it's going to do enough to stagger Arsenic and keep him away.
That's right, man. Of course, expending that meter. Has to get this one done raw, but of course we have seen it done time and time again, and there are those downward angled guns. Those are so detrimental, especially towards a lot of the swordy characters in this game. Whoa, reverse on the double-edged dance? Okay, we're seeing it utilized in a couple different ways, of course, to catch spot dodges, to give yourself a little bit of that alleviating, just options when you're coming back to the ledge, and then, of course, how we just seen it done right there. So Arsenic, of course, not doing so well on that first stock, but if I am a betting man, I'd imagine Kola should be out of this first stock soon.
Well, maybe not, as Kola catches 57% combo. You know what that does, though? That gives him access to Big Brother, but he might not get to use Big Brother, as Kola is just absolutely eviscerating the stock, 80% already, and he's not letting off the gas pedal. This aggression is unrelenting. Sour spot up air into back air, and that stock is gone in the blink of an eye.
Those are those sour and sweet chicken combos I like to talk about, man. I mean, again, it's so easy to pinpoint a character like Roy when things are going well, when you're getting all your sweet spots, but the real testament of strength is like, how can you get it done when you get those sour hits? There's the dash attack, still not enough to get it done, having to dig deep and go deep off stage with that back air. That's going to close it out. Arsenic, a little late into this game right now, but showing some signs of life. Let's see if he can turn around this deficit.
And this is a great example of something that Kola excels at so well, and that is tempo control.
Right.
We saw as soon as that game started, he got aggressive off the bat. Arsenic caught him, and Kola catching Arsenic with a cheeky little F smash right there. But Kola started off the game extremely aggressive, got caught with a lot of projectiles, and Arsenic was able to take control of the game. So Kola immediately adjusts to go, okay, I'm going to use a lot more double-edged dance, I'm going to use a lot more of these multi-hits, I'm going to jump in a lot more carefully. And just like that, Arsenic's no longer getting those hits that he was starting off with.
No doubt about it. I mean, just not controlling that pacing anymore. I mean, again, guns is one of those options in Joker's toolkit where they demand a lot of respect, especially when the Joker player is not just using them to keep you at bay, when they're using them in all different points in the match. You know, putting on damage, keeping you off stage, you name it, they got you covered. But it just seems like the momentum's kind of shifted back towards Kola. Now he's playing the parry game. You have to come and get this damage if you really want it. I know your aerials are great, Joker. I know your nair is -5, but you still got to approach to put any damage on it. The minute I parry it, you in some trouble.
And speaking of trouble, the risk reward is now so skewed for Arsenic for the rest of the duration of this game. Is 169. That means basically any Roy sweet spot, even Nair 2 sweet spot, going to be enough to kill. And so any approach that Arsenic had gone for, any get up, any option that he picked was going to be colored by that additional layer of risk of, oh, if I whiff, I lose the game. That's it. Full stop.
That's it. It's done. Great stuff right there to Kola. Of course, Arsenic, a little cold to the touch at the end of that game. I think had a pretty good game plan coming into it. There's nothing wrong with playing the slow game versus certain characters. Even if you are a character that can be as offensively sound as Joker, not every matchup is going to call for that. And I think going against not only Roy, but Kola's Roy, one of the premier, if not the most premier Roy, depending on who you ask, I think it's in your best interest to maybe try to figure out the game plan, because as dangerous as a lot of the Fire Emblem characters are, I can't lie, I feel like a lot of them are just pretty cut and dry, pretty linear in their approach. I mean, of course, we've seen some slight mix-ups with just like delayed double-edged dance or, maybe stopping it all together to catch a spot dodge, but the fact remains the same. These characters have one motion, and that is forward. You're going to see a lot in there. If you can try to pinpoint where Roy is going, you'll be in a good spot.
You were talking about spot dodge. We've seen a lot of spot dodges come out from Kola to great effect.
Yep.
Because Joker, most of his hitboxes aren't lingering for a long time. They're single hit, and they are fast, but if Kola knows the timing on them, and I'm absolutely certain that he does, he can just spot dodge, get a massive punish right after, and he's doing just that here and now.
That's right, going to go for that frame 5 jab, and then going for the double-edged dance angled upwards that time. I love the idea to go for the counter. Of course, Arsenic, that situational awareness certainly there, but just a little misposition. And of course, Kola going to make him pay for it in a major way. Curious to see what the workaround's going to be. Usually when it comes to putting on that safe damage, we see a lot of nair. Slow to the start, very, very safe on shield, but maybe it's one of those cases where Roy is just that fast. You're going to need a different option to approach carefully.
Sour spot nair, but Kola going to keep the aggression going, follow up and chasing Arsenic into the corner, but finally Arsenic gets the chance to play the game. Down gun pops Kola the wrong way, and that is unfortunate. Arsenic was definitely hoping to try and continue that ledge trap for a little bit longer to set up for this kill with Arsene out.
That's right. Of course, going for that up special, up close and personal. Just a good get-off-me tactic. A little bit of armor. Whoa, but not enough armor in the world to save you from jab into the back air. That is a patented Roy special. Getting it done right there.
Not just the jab into the back air, Rodney, but Kola had an insane mix-up, forcing Arsenic to do a neutral get-up off the ledge because he thought Kola was going for ledge trump, but Kola just quickly schmixed his way right back onto the stage and then picked up the jab. That was just beautifully played by him.
It's just one of those moments like Michael Jordan where you see him go for the dunk, then he switches his mind last second and goes for the layup. Like, just how do you even have the presence of mind in the moment to go for options like that? Kola's is different. Nice. One hit double-edged dance, and baiting out these air dodges. He said, I might not have the longest sword in the world, but I'm going to get it done, okay? Good stuff. Getting up close and personal, maybe a little too close to the stove. Arsenic burning him up right there. But at 84%, Arsene's leaving town. I can't help but to feel like he's in some real trouble here.
Arsenic barely sneaks past Kola thanks to that tether recovery. Kola's back air not missing, but the second one will absolutely find its mark. That's a 2-0 lead. Kola goes up to set point just like that. I feel like the set just started. I only just blinked, and we're already here, Rod.
Brother, it's just the beauty of two characters that are just offensively sound. And then also just piloted by two very talented individuals. Of course, Arsenic trying to hold it down for this Floridian soil down here. And then, another Southeast native being Kola, coming from Atlanta, but, down here on the Daytona soil himself. I mean, both sides are just battle-tested, but it's all going to come down to this potential final game, depending if Arsenic can really rise to the occasion and close this one out, or if Kola's going to just be able to kind of juggernaut his way through this. And as you can see, it's him holding forward. A lot of these safe options on shield, that short hop nair.
Oh, Kola just out of the gates, absolutely eviscerate. Yeah, come here. Continuous damage buildup. It is a sight to behold from this Georgia native. He is, sometimes we start to think to ourselves like, oh, is Kola in a slump? Is he struggling a little bit? He's fallen out of love with Ultimate maybe? Every single time we start to think that, he comes back with a performance like he's putting on here at CEO. 30-second stock, it's already gone. Arsenic, your counter pick, it's your stage, and it's still not working out.
I mean, he might be not in love with Ultimate, but he's definitely still in love with winning. And I mean, he does it very, very well in this game. So Kola right now, very comfortable lead, only 94%. And I feel like there's a couple of avenues that you can really deal with, Roy. The biggest one, of course, is just exploiting the fact that he's just very easy to combo. The second one, I think, in my personal opinion, is getting him off stage. And Arsenic just not really doing that great of a job at either of the two. But nice, some anti-air options coming through. He said, look, if you nair, you're going to have that stock to spare, man. Up smash getting it done.
Yeah, that absolutely was something that Arsenic needed, because so far throughout this set, Kola has not been afraid to jump in his face. There's been no sort of deterrent, no sort of, you can't do this, man. You can't jump in my face like this until that up smash. And now Kola's going to have to be a little bit more considerate in his approaches, and he's going to have to be a little bit more considerate on his final stock, because Arsenic gets a Tetrakarn into a forward air to set that up and knock it down.
And this is what you want to see, man. Again, I just feel like he just wasn't playing to Roy's weaknesses. I mean, you want to play the Kola game by fighting them heads up center stage. Not a lot of players in the world are tested enough, to really mount that victory. What you want to do is get Roy off stage and play to their weaknesses. Now, you can either go off stage and go for a deep back air like I think we've seen in game number 1, or you can let the damage come to you. He has an active hitbox on the way up. Counter it. Go for it. Arsenic doing just that. Has a lead here, but not for long. Even stocks across the board. Dash attack closing it out.
And that's just probably a little sign of nerves coming through from the SFL native. The early up B going way too far above ledge, getting punished by that quick dash attack from Kola. Now Kola back in the driver's seat, Nair into fair, looks for a high dare, trying to end his entire career. Thankfully for Arsenic, he's going to be able to avoid mostly unscathed, get back down, feet on the ground, and fight back.
That's right, he's doing just that. Of course, Guns trying to set the pacing here, staying back into the corner, just trying to figure out what the right option is. As you know, Kola's coming through in a big way. There's the forward throw, and he's waiting for that high jump off the ledge as always, either with Nair, forward air, or I guess in this case, back air should be enough to put you in a rough spot. Dare in the corner though. Double edge dance, and the angle up too. He's not going for just the standard one. It feels like he really wants to keep Arsenic off of his feet. Yeah, see, here's another.
He wants to shark from underneath. He's trying to keep this Joker airborne because he doesn't want to have to deal with the ground speed that Joker's got at his disposal. Kola making this comeback slowly, tries for the F tilt on the roll get up. I think he was just a little bit too far forward, wanted to be facing the other way, and maybe got caught DIing the wrong way there because I felt like that back air should not have killed.
I don't think it should have either. And Arsenic is going to take it no matter what, though. Of course, small pop-off. Small will deserve pop-off as well, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's always a beautiful thing when you get to see two talented players, you know, show that they are human. Like, I had a game plan coming into this match, and it didn't work. Now what am I to do?
Yeah,
okay, it's time to adjust. It's time to adapt, and I think Arsenic did just that, realizing that the real battle is not the heads-up match versus a slugger like Roy. It's getting him off stage and picking him apart.
To quote one of the greats, if you can take a game, you can take a set.
Hello?
And that's something that you've got to prove against players like Kola. Arsenic just proved it. Now let's see if he can take it the rest of the way. We're on Town and City, one of Roy's absolute best stages, so it's a scary prospect for Arsenic, but he's already shown he can make Kola bleed. Let's see if he can finish the job.
Try to mix him up a little bit right there. Arsenic getting a little razzle-dazzle on the stage, trying to read that roll in with the down air, but a little misposition though. And that's okay. Again, these platforms are good for extending combos, but what platforms? I mean, they're gone now. It's FD time.
We out of here.
Be out, man. There's the down air, and you was almost out of that stock.
Kola actually guessed wrong there almost because he didn't expect the down air to hit. He started to set himself up for the ledge trap positioning, but if he had recognized that fast enough, he would have been able to get out there and get either a forward air or a back air, close out that stock. It's okay though, double edge dance in the corner on Town and City will do the same job no matter what, and Kola's up a stock already.
That's right. We'll see what the turnaround's going to be here on Arsenic's behalf. We're getting that double, triple nair, of course. Quick frame 6 option on your shield, but I got you in disadvantage, so it ain't no shield in this air, my friend. It's looking real good here. Down throw. Going to go for the fair. And of course, the corner control. Both sides have done a really good job at pinning each other down, but I'd almost argue Kola's doing a slightly better one. Again, I think it's that looming threat of that jab into whatever really comes after jab. I mean, once Roy or Crom jabs you, it's kind of the stock, you know what I mean?
I think Kola's also doing a better job of escaping most of the time when he's the one in that corner situation off the ledge. We've seen a lot of those ledge drop, double jump, double edge dance, and it's served him so well, not just to set up positioning, but as just get off me, let me regain center stage again. But if he wants to regain center stage, he's going to have to do it on the next stock. What an attempt at a roll read. You can't be doing that in phase 2, brother.
Kola said, I got something to say, and I'm about to say it in a major way. Message definitely sent, though. I mean, again, I don't think that was a sign of desperation. That's just a sign that maybe I'm starting to think a little bit more ahead of myself. There's the short hop. Doesn't get anything off of the back air, and both sides just expending these very safe aerial options again. Joker there, -5 on shield, and we're starting to see a lot of Roys come out even more. Come here.
Uses that tether to get back, and then the F tilt the other way. Tries to catch Kola with the down gun. Might actually be able to do it this time. No, Kola just gets out of jail every time. It's so difficult to pin this man down, and Arsenic not any different than you or I in his inability to do so in that situation.
That's right. We were definitely all human despite the godlike gameplay between Arsenic and Kola here. And again, no guns this time. No counter either. Not positioned enough to get the counter set up, but Kola perfectly positioned to get that up tilt. Again, you're just too close up on Roy's body. You know what's to come of that. Short hop fair.
How often do you see Roy doing drag down combos, man? Bro. This guy is different, and we've been new.
That pull up to the scene with the ceiling missing, man. Falling up air. Down tilt. And of course, just trying to check that temperature. Trying to find that one open. That's all Roy really needs to succeed. However, Arsenic very well aware as well.
He's in a great position here, though, Rod, because Arsene just comes out now. If he can find one single bear to close out this stock, F-throw to set it up here, He's got at least half a meter coming into the next stock, but no, Kola just playing so smart, avoidantly, running out this entire meter, making sure that even if Arsenic takes this stock, he's not going to be able to use it on the final stock where it'll really matter. And oh man, Big Brother's gone, no damage dealt, nothing done.
That's right. Of course, got the position he was looking for, but gonna go for the back throw as well. Again, this is Town and City. Blast zone's a little different on the right and left sides of the stage, as we all know. So able to get stuff like that in some of those mid-dark red percents. Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh, no Lafable.
Okay, up tilt though. Oh, he's starting to kind of chisel away at this, try to taxi him out into the blast zone. You're a dangerous man, Arsenic. I feel you.
Tried to ride that platform all the way to a game number 4 victory. Maybe not this time around. Still though, fighting chance. Kola 58 in the corner. Arsenic goes for an ill-advised jab. Air dodges through though. The Jer does not connect. The percentage is wrong and the DI is right.
Okay, in the right option right here, up close to personal. The throw didn't tech that, so had to eat the forward tilt for his troubles. And again, Kola again up close and personal. Arsenic said, I'm actually down to run that. Yeah, again, keep approaching just super aggressive, and I'm going to punish you every time. That's kind of the curse of some of the Fire Emblem characters. Their approach options are very, very linear, but Kola is still able to mix it up in the final moments. Handshakes all across the board. Arsenic, of course, not looking too happy about that, but still played very, very well in my personal opinion.
Yeah, but when you come that close to taking down a player like Kola, you're not going to be happy until you take a couple minutes to cool down. Because all Arsenic's thinking about right now is, man, I had that. 93% on Kola, one good setup, one good edge guard, would have brought them to a Game 5 where Arsenic would have had another plethora of chances to take home the set. Unfortunately for him, fortunately for Kola, Kola closes it out with that falling back air and is going to be moving on into his, I believe, penultimate match of Phase 2 pools. He's got one more set to go, and then he'll be in top 24.
That's right. Moving and grooving through this bracket, man. I just want to give a big shout out, of course, to production and the TOing staff. I mean, you know, of course, we're the first people sometimes you see when the stream turns on, but honestly, we don't really have much to do if the powers that be aren't doing what they do out there. So big shout